6 minutes after 11 o'clock. Thank you for tuning in. Let's see. Today is World COPD Day. COPD stands for Chronic Obstructive Pulmonary Disease. And one thing I will tell you this, that the lady who does the gardening show on Tuesdays, her husband is in the hospital right now. He had some serious lung surgery yesterday, from what I understand. I felt uncomfortable telling you all that, but she posted it on Facebook, so I suppose it's okay to tell you that. And Robin, who's sitting right here, her husband lost an entire lung to lung cancer 5 years ago now. And so lung diseases are something we shouldn't take lightly. We have two people on the phone to talk to us about this. Dr. James P. Kiley is the director of the Division of Lung Diseases at the National Heart, Lung, and Blood Institute and the National Institutes of Health. And John Walsh is also on the phone. He is the co-founder and president of the Chronic Obstructive Pulmonary Disease Foundation. Good morning again, gentlemen, now that we're on the air.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Do either of you have COPD?
This is John. Yes, I have COPD. I was diagnosed in 1989.
Okay.
And sorry to hear about your husband, Robin. You know, COPD is an absolute risk factor for lung cancer.
Oh, thank you so much.
It's the third leading cause of death in America and the second leading cause of disability. It's time we all paid more attention to COPD. So thank you all for your interest.
If it doesn't get to the point of cancer, is it reversible?
COPD is not a reversible disease. We don't have a cure for it at the present time, but it can be managed, and we know a lot about it, and we know about the risk factors. We know the things that you should be on the alert for to prevent it, and there are some steps that can be taken to improve quality of life of individuals that have COPD, and I think those are the important messages we're trying to get out to the public during COPD Awareness Month, because it is a serious lung condition. It affects a lot of people, and a lot of people that may be affected don't even know they have the disease. So it's important that we get the word out and educate the public about this chronic lung disease.
Can you talk about the new cigarettes, the electronic cigarettes? Are they a risk?
Well, there's not right now. There's still some research that needs to be done to look into the electronic cigarette, and it falls into two categories. One being, is this an aid to help current smokers quit smoking? And that research hasn't been fully done, and we don't know if that is going to be a tool that could be used. And the other is this a gateway towards either smoking or other addictive types of activities, behaviors. So that one again is also very troubling, because most of the time the experimenters are the youth, our young generation, and what we don't want to see happen is now that we're starting to make some progress towards reducing the numbers of people smoking and doing things to their lungs that irritate them or may lead to chronic disease, to now start up yet another wave of activities that are damaging the lung.
Can COPD affect even the person that's in the best of shape?
Yes. COPD, there is a genetic form of COPD, and the state of Florida has been very supportive to test people that have COPD for this genetic predisposition called alpha-1 antitrypsin deficiency. For the past 13 years, they've been funding getting people diagnosed with a simple blood test. So there's those that have a genetic predisposition. COPD, the major cause in the U.S., as Dr. Kiley has said, is exposure to first and secondhand tobacco, but also workplace exposures. Florida being a huge agricultural state, a lot of dust and chemical exposures that people have day in and day out. The environmental exposures as well, not so much in Florida unless they're burning the sugar plants, but also in the developing world with 300 million people diagnosed with COPD. We've got the biomass fuel exposures, the cooking stoves, and those types of pollutions that cause COPD.
So how was your life improved, John, by the treatment that you received? Are you able to breathe easier?
I'm the therapies that I'm on reduce the inflammation in my lung tissue and my airways, and have reduced the number of exacerbations or lung flare-ups or lung infections that I get. So clearly, we say in COPD Foundation, COPD is almost always preventable. Stay away from those risks, those exposures that put you at risk. COPD is mostly treatable. Get on medications as soon as possible and be adherent to that. And someday, COPD will be curable. There's a tremendous amount of research going on that gives great hope to our community.
Doctor, I have a question. We live in a very humid state. We live in Florida, in case you didn't know where you were speaking. And we know a guy who moved to Arizona because the humidity was making it hard to breathe. So he moved to a more arid state. Is that a choice? I mean, does that help some people with COPD?
Yes, it does help some people. And again, it depends on some of your background in terms of your allergic predisposition and some other things. And primarily, the triggers that you're looking for may be the environmental triggers. So if you remove those, and that partly you can move out of the environment that you're in, that might help. You may improve in terms of symptoms. So yes, indeed, that can be one strategy that you might think of if you do have COPD and other climates are more conducive for you to breathe.
And Larry, I live in Miami, and clearly I moved from Boston to Washington D.C. down to Miami, and the humidity works very well for me. But as Dr. Kiley has said, it's not the same for everybody.
Oh, okay, that's interesting. Yeah.
The biggest COPD community in America is right next door to you in the Villages. And
is that right?
People coming from all over the Northwest and Midwest and Northeast to come down to the Villages to live. And very active COPD community there.
Sometimes people will ignore some of the warning signs, like coughing a lot, things like that. When they have an ongoing cough or it makes them uncomfortable, should they go to their doctor to get checked for COPD?
I think that's a very good point, and yes, we would strongly urge individuals that have shortness of breath while they're doing everyday activities like light housework, climbing stairs, going golfing, things like that. If they're having difficulty with their breathing, doing those sort of routine tasks, see your doctor. If you have a lot of excess mucus, if you're coughing a lot, if you're choking and unable to catch your breath, these are all indications that you may have early signs of COPD. That you need to recognize those symptoms, take them to your provider, and discuss your breathing with your physician.
That's a good place to leave it off. We have to make room for another guest, but thank you both for being on with us. Do you want to leave us with a website or other information?
Just one from the National Institutes of Health. You can go to copd.nhlbi.nih.gov. This is our national COPD Learn More, Breathe Better campaign, and there's a lot of very useful tools and educational materials there for the public or for patients and families that have individuals that may be facing a diagnosis of COPD.
Okay.
And you can also go to copdfoundation.org. That's copdfoundation.org. Or you can call 866-316-COPD. That's 866-316-2673. And listen today to breathe better tomorrow.
Yeah, good way to end it. Thank you, Dr. Kiley and John Walsh. We'll take a little break. We'll be right back.
The weather is brought to you by myfwc.com. Safe boating is no accident. For today, clouds, some sun, and warm with a shower in spots on a high of 83 to 87. Mostly cloudy, warm and humid tonight, though 71 to 75. For tomorrow, mostly cloudy, warm and humid with a couple of showers and a thunderstorm by afternoon, the high 81 to 85. For Friday, partly sunny, still a chance of a shower, high 79 to 83. From the Florida Weather Center, I'm meteorologist Joe Lundberg.
Gene Powell Pasture Mowing, 352-629-2440. In addition to our pasture mowing service, we also offer fence row spraying. Now is the perfect time to get ahead on weed control for an overall aesthetic appearance. Gene Powell Pasture Mowing, 352-629-2440, or online at powellgene, Gene, at yahoo.com. We are licensed and insured. Gene Powell Pasture Mowing, 352-629-2440.
Hi, I'm Seth with AA Lock, Dock, and Security. Have you ever thought about the locks or security on your house or business? Have you ever wondered why the keys to your new car cost so much? Well, at AA Lock, Dock, and Security, we can help with securing your valuables. We can even replace those expensive transponder keys. We can give you the knowledge that no one else will. Call AA Lock, Dock, and Security at 867-1965. That's 867-1965.
If you're anything like I was, the thought of getting older was the last thing on your mind. But here we are. For me, it started slowly. The lack of energy, never being in the mood. And when I was, I could never perform at my best. I tried the pills and other treatments with minimal results, and all but given up on my sex life. Then I found the doctors at New Male Medical Center. Wow, they made a new male out of me. Feel like I'm 25 again. I have renewed vigor, so much more energy, and no longer worry about my performance. New Male treated me like my situation was one of a kind, with a custom treatment plan that really works. I feel great. They can create one for you too. It does not matter if you suffer from low testosterone, erectile dysfunction, or just want to last longer. New Male will help you.
Call New Male Medical Center today at 352-404-4779. 352-404-4779. That's 352-404-4779. It will change your life. 352-404-4779.
Join us downtown for a truly wonderful Ocala tradition, the 32nd Annual Light Up Ocala, on Saturday, November 21st from 4 to 9 p.m. The highlight of the evening will be the lighting of downtown Ocala and the 42-foot Christmas tree at 6:30. There'll be live entertainment, crafts, food, children's activities, and of course, a visit by Santa. And you can stop by the WOCA booth and register for your chance to win a brand new big screen LED TV. So come, be a part of the 32nd Annual Light Up Ocala.
Ocala's information station, 1370 WOCA.
Ocala.